All right. It was a little bit of a delay. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Momentum Chat. I am Majida Bay.
And I am John Epstein, life and
Yes.
financial strategist. And this is hilarious. This is good.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to another edition of the ABCs of Wealth series. We are talking about everything in this week. So grab a pen, grab a pad. Today's topic is going to be on something that, you probably should take some notes on: networks and net worth. So stay tuned and we'll get started in just. Great evening, great evening. I am Majida Bay. I've changed my mantra, but it's all good. We're going to stay with the financial conductor. Your financial conductor. Help parents and professionals get on the right financial track and become someone both their parents and children can be proud of. Nice. And I'm joined by my coach, mentor, friend, Mr. John Epting Jr., cool. Senior broker in life and financial strategist. How are you doing today, John?
I'm actually pretty good. It's been a busy day. It's been an interesting day, I guess you would say. But I know it's not Monday. Make a difference Monday, but I would say I've gone mad today. I think I've made it. Okay. Stuff. Which is fun. That's always fun. And I notice when I'm down or I'm having an icky day, I was telling my wife earlier today, I was having an icky day. If I go help somebody, I forget all about it. I strategize it out somewhat, I guess, but also I forget about it. Like I move on, and then the day turns out a little bit better. So, and that's why we're starting a little late, at least on my end. I was finishing up with a client, helping her, solidify some things. So
good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
What about you? I hear the in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. They're doing homework and watching a tablet. So we'll see how this goes. We'll do the best we can. Yeah. But it's, I'm not gonna even say multitasking, it just come with the territory. So when I'm not monitoring them, they're doing things that I told them not to do, like watching the phone when they should be doing their homework. Right. Yes, I'm calling you out. No,
it's not a joke.
Homework. But yeah, other than that, I can't complain. Just been doing a lot of inner work, just really honing in on.
Yeah, inner work is always important, and it's never ending.
Yeah. But like in my mind, I'm like, I just want to figure it out. Like, just maybe help me figure it out. Like how I'm supposed to operate, and what path I'm supposed to take, and like just have it laid out. Like I'm good with taking direction. Just tell me exactly what I need to do. Like have it clearly cut. So I got to do some more studying to better understand what those steps are. But yeah, I'm like I want the answer now, but. I gotta go through the process.
We all want the answer now, and I've noticed over the years as we evolve, my wife and I, even the steps, the so-called steps, change because we evolve.
Yeah,
right, and the things that's needed changes as well. So, you could have a daily routine or a morning routine, and believe it or not, even that becomes a rut. And then as your goals change, right, you hit a goal. It might be a new person that needs to develop to get to the next level. So it's like we said earlier, it's a never-ending thing, and I think all we have to do is really decide up front that we're going to pay the price. Most
Absolutely.
They don't want to pay the price. They're looking for a coupon. They're trying to go on the clearance rack to figure this thing out. You got to decide up front you're going to pay the price. And I'm talking that from experience. It was many years, not many years, but it was some years where I was trying to negotiate or rationalize the price. And then when I just decided I was going to pay it, and also when I, for me, when I gave it over to God, when I gave the results over to Him, and really solidified my purpose in what I was doing that for, things start transpiring, right? And then normally, if I get off track, that's when things don't work out. If I start drifting,
Yeah.
that's when things don't work out. So, but I wish you the luck. Keep going. I'm here to coach you and give you some insight. But even in coaching, people still got to find their own.
Yeah. Yeah. I realized that my rhythm was slower than I was going.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a friend the other day, and I realized, like, probably since I was like 14, 15 years old, like I've always, like I've been wired to work, like, like from even I was in school, I would work a part-time job, and I was playing sports 3 seasons out of the year. So like I've just always been used to being on the go. And it wasn't until probably last year where like I had to slow down that I was like, I kind of like a slower pace, like this speed, so
you get spoiled a little bit.
yeah. And it hasn't taken like my drive away, but it's just like you can slow down, you can process, you can think, you don't have to just act, you don't have to just do.
That it's okay to smell the roses as you're walking.
Right, yeah, you can just be, so I'm enjoying being in some spaces. I actually got to travel this past weekend to Atlanta again. A client and friend of mine was getting married, and I was honored that I was invited to the wedding, and so went there to support him. And it was a beautiful wedding. It was beautiful to see, people coming together, and he takes his. Him actually. I don't know if you remember the name, Lamar Early.
I do.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, he got married this past weekend. So yeah, that was nice to see. He's matured a lot over the past few years, and
good.
I like to think he invited me because I had something to do with him. Helping him in certain areas.
In his maturity,
so, yeah.
In
so
development.
Absolutely. So
That's
congrats to Lamar.
I was connected with him.
Yeah, probably like 2014, 2015. Yeah. So lots changed. He's moved down to Atlanta, of course, now, but
cool.
Yeah, he's doing well. So shout out to Lamar if you ever watch this. Congratulations on the wedding, on the marriage, right? Not just the wedding, on the marriage. Yes.
Yeah. So many people focus way too much on that 3 hours or that hour, and I perform them, so I know the importance of that too, right?
Yes.
Making a commitment before God and man and all those things. But please, if you ever watch this, you're not married or you're married, please focus more on the marriage than the wedding. I've told people many times, hey, don't concern yourself if I'm going to be at your wedding. Because I will be there for your marriage. And that's the part that I'm more concerned about. Like when tough times come, or even when good times are happening, you just need some coaching to make it even better.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be there for. And so many people think they got it. And it's not until it's going in a spiral downward that normally it's too late.
Yeah.
Normally it's too late. And then the bad thing is the most immature of us never come to a place where we live in objective reality, when we turn the mirror on ourselves. Like I'm dealing with 2 situations right now that I'm noticing the people were pointing the finger. Right. And my question, my wife and I question always to those couples is, how did it get here? What did you play in it getting here?
Yeah.
Right? Because we've had to do that in our own marriage. There was some situations where I had to just pause and go, I'm just getting breakfast. How did it get here, John?
Yeah.
Right. So I reversed engineered it. So then I was able to correct it. If you don't reverse engineer, you don't look at yourself in the mirror. Everybody thinks, oh, if I get the grass is greener on the other side. You still got to mow it. Maybe the grass is greener because it's artificial turf.
Yeah.
It's fake. It's fake. Let me say it that way. It's fake. Right? So sometimes, right? And people move from relationship to relationship to relationship. And the one common denominator in all your bad relationships is you. Like, you going with you. Right? Can you leave you away? Right? But you can't do that. You're going into it. So if you never look at yourself, what did I do? What roles did I play? Right? You'll never be able to correct it. And also, you're also a slave to the other person that you're blaming. Whether you like to hear it or not, you're a slave to them. Anytime you're waiting for somebody else to change or take responsibility, you're a slave to them. And now you're waiting for them to change. And I've said many times, too many people die for me to be free. So I'm gonna take responsibility for the part that's mine. I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna apologize for the part that's mine as well. And I'm gonna move forward. And then when I do that, I don't even have to concern myself if they ever take part of theirs. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm free. The rest of that's on them now.
That's good. Well, you'll have to save objective reality for next week. But okay. This week we're going to dive into your network determines your net worth. Yes, networks and net worth. So I'm sure we've all heard the phrase, your network determines your net worth, and you're the average of the 5 people closest to you. And so I want to start off with this question. This comes from my man, Jim Rohn. Yes, gotta bring him up. Right. But like the people that are around you, right? And this is not directed to you, John, but just to our audience, those who are listening, the people who are around you, what do they have you thinking? What do they have you believing? What do they have you saying? What do they have you doing? And how does he always end it? Is that okay? Right? Like, is that okay? And so when we think about our network, the people that, family and friends, the people that we are in close relationship with, let's start off with this question, John. Why is it so difficult to separate yourself from them, right? Like there's a level that we want to grow to in terms of our income or in terms of our spirituality or, in various areas of our lives. However, we oftentimes stay stuck or stagnant and we don't realize it's because of who's around us. So why is it so hard to separate ourselves from the people that we're close to in order for us to grow?
My naive self would say love. We love those people, right? We love, we're familiar with them, right? They love us, right? I've said many times, my friends and family love me the way I am, right? But my mentors love me too much to leave me the way I am, right? And then another thing is comfort, right? We in this comfort zone, and it's comfortable to hang around people who think like you, who move like you, who have the same gripes of society as you. And so therefore your perspective never gets challenged, right? And a lot of times those networks don't just hinder your growth, they actually stagnate it. I mean, they actually start moving backwards, right? Our world is moving, okay? And if you stand still long enough, at some point you're moving backwards, right? So for me, I had to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I have a great group of friends. Like, I don't use the word friend lightly, but my friends challenge me. They challenge my thinking, but I do the same for them. And that's what makes it so cool, right? The Bible says that iron sharpens iron, right? When two men are together, two ladies together, they should be sharpening each other. Each one of them should be getting better in that relationship. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Certain relationships that I have, that I'm doing the sharpening, right? And it's probably uncomfortable for those people, but they keep coming back because they see value in it, right? I actually, I don't know if they see value in it yet. I think they've just figured out that I actually care and I actually love them. And I have no benefit in doing so, and I gain nothing. So I think they just see the genuineness in it. And, you know, I had one client came and hung out with me Friday morning. And I looked up and we were together 3 hours. We hadn't been together in a while, but I looked up and it had been 3 hours. And afterwards he left, and I mean, he's high and I'm somewhat high. We talked about some really cool stuff. I got to encourage him. He's getting ready to step out on his own and be an entrepreneur. And
nice.
He has some apprehension, but he knows this is what he has to do.
Yeah.
If you've never done that, right? Guy works in the medical field. If you've never done that can, I mean, leaving something very secure. He's a rock star where he is, yet he's getting ready to just step out.
Yeah.
I gotta respect something like that, right? He's leaving at probably the top of his game, right? And actually not been in his career long, right? This ain't somebody who's been in his career 20 plus yet, right? But leaving at the top of his game, well respected. They're trying to keep him. They're like, what? No, see, that's what you want when you get ready to leave. You don't want people going, good riddance, peace.
Yeah.
Right? Because that tells your character was crappy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, they want this guy. They want to keep him. But he's been, he's been contemplating this move for a while. And I guess this year he just said, you know what? Now's the time. So we got to talk over some things and help him strategize and make sure things are in place to secure the family. You know, he's a family man. And really cool to talk to him, right? But I probably spent at least an hour of it just encouraging him.
Yeah.
Giving them some real talk though, like, hey bro, this is what this is gonna look like now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And giving them some homework and stuff like that outside of what I do. But it's so exciting to talk to a guy like that, right? So that's a network type of thing, right? But believe it or not, in that conversation, even though he came to me because I'm the guy who can sharpen him, I got sharpened from some of his comments, some of his thoughts, but it's really cool that somebody even trusts me with that. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal. Like I even told him, like, you can't share this. You can't share this with everybody. Like, there's gonna be some family members, you can't talk to them about this. Right? Especially before you leave. Because they'll put doubt in you.
Yeah.
Right? It's amazing how many people have fears and they'll put them on you. Right? They're fearful of really stupid stuff, but I'm more afraid of staying the same. I'm more afraid of like, oh my gosh, I'm more about that. Right? And some of them pride themselves on being the same. I've always been, man, anytime somebody say that, I'm concerned about. Well, I've always been. I mean, you haven't grown. That makes sense?
Yeah, no, that does.
Networks are important. My network, I get to challenge them, they challenge me. We don't agree on everything, right? I really feel sorry for people who their group agrees on everything. Man, you are so missing it, right? So, for matter of fact, we'll say just the social things that's going on in the world right now, from politics to the medical stuff, the social justice stuff. My group, we don't all agree on the same thing, right?
Right.
But we're respectful, and we actually, well, for the most part, we hear each other out, right? Because you can get a new perspective. You can go, oh, I didn't know that, right? Here's another cool thing about my group. We're not all the same culture either. When you're all the same culture, it's a very good possibility you all agree on everything, right? And you can't grow like that, right? So your network can't grow. Like if you had a party, would everybody look like you there? Like I was thinking about having a birthday party. My 50th is coming up later this month. I decided against it. I don't know. I just decided against it. We're gonna leave it at that. But the list we had, right, and the few people I already talked to, which were already on board, it was such an eclectic group. It would have been fun just to bring them all together. Right?
Yeah.
The last time all of them were together for something of my family, unfortunately, was when our daughter passed. So when our daughter passed in 2012, like people still talk about that funeral, that homegoing from 2012. They were like, man, you guys just, God, yeah. One of the brothers at my church recently said this. He said, you guys just have such a eclectic group of friends and people who care and love you. Right. And sometimes you don't know how many people care and love you until tragedy.
Yeah.
Right? They come out of the woodworks. Because you forget. You forget because you had lunch with him, 3 months ago, and then you had, dinner with that couple 4 months ago. So I forget sometimes. And then I was just kind of jotting down names. Who would I actually have at my birthday party? Because everybody don't get to come to that, right? So we were putting names down. And we looked at it and we was like, good Lord. It was like every nationality, religion. There was so many different religions just on that group. We was like, geez.
That's cool.
I'm cool with all of them. And we, as a matter of fact, some of them had kind of pre-told I might have, and they were like, oh, what day? And already canceled it out. So I had to call them. I'm not having a party that weekend. My birthday's on a Tuesday, so an even smaller group might get invited to a dinner, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's a network type of thing, and I know you have the same. I've watched you and your movements and stuff like that. I'm a little older than you, so of course my network is probably a little different. But same thing. That's the challenging thing when it comes to having the right people in your life. Is being okay with them not believing and thinking the same way. I'm a strong man of faith. I'm a strong Christian man. I follow Christ. But that doesn't mean I demonize the ones that don't. Right? And I've noticed because of the way I am, some of them who don't believe what I believe, over years start asking questions. And it opened doors. So
That's good. I love I put this question down there because this is something that I've heard Eric Thomas and CJ say on the podcast when they spoke about it at the 120 conference.
mm-hmm.
Most people want confirmation, not correction, right?
Absolutely.
And so is your network confirming you, or are they challenging, like you said, and correcting you? Are they helping you get better? Are they challenging the way you think, right? Like all of those things, those are the only ways that you're going to grow. Like you're going to go through adversity. You're going to grow through being challenged, not just having yes people or yes
Very true.
around you to confirm that what you're doing is all right, and that for me, we actually, I shared this morning that when I met you, you were the first person that I didn't know who was willing to like challenge me and correct me in my thinking in a way. Whereas everybody else from the outside looking in, I had arrived, right? Like I had the job, I had the salary, I had the career, I had the degree, and I was supposed to be, and that I knew different because I had to live the reality versus what they were seeing from the outside.
Right.
And so having somebody to challenge my thinking about where I was and help me to grow and get better was definitely pivotal in my life. And it really, I really feel like it's made the most impact in who I've become over the past decade or so that we've known each other. It's just, I've been able to like really like, just get out of the matrix and really kind of see things from that objective reality.
Take a different pill.
Yeah.
But here's the cool thing about taking a different pill, in our world, right? And the people that you and I probably associate with, we don't just take another pill. We get educated on both pills. We get the rationalization of each pill. I want to say something else too. I said a lot about my group, my sphere of influence, I guess you would say, challenging me. Okay. But they're also encouraging. They're extremely encouraging. So I said that because some people might be watching or listening and they're in a group that's challenging, but they're challenging just in a negative way. They're challenging you in the sense of you can't do it, or it's not achievable, or be realistic. You should be concerned about people who tell you to be realistic, right? Champions don't think like that, right? Just because nothing great comes out of being realistic. Nothing. I mean, only mediocre crap comes out of realism, right? So I'm telling you, the people who've achieved greatness and done great things, there's a lot of people here who might listen to me and be like, well, I'm doing pretty good. Compared to who? Right? Sometimes we compare ourselves to the wrong daggone people or the wrong groups, or, compared to who, right? Ask yourself, who are you comparing yourself to? Right? And I'm not saying compare yourself to anybody. Compare yourself to the best you. Compare yourself to your greatest potential. And ain't none of us doing good if we compare it to that. Right? We're all falling short. Right? Scripture says it. Right? So, but don't just be in a group because they're always challenging. Do they encourage as well? Are they helping you? Here's the thing. In your group, in your network, do you bring value to it, and do they bring value to you? In other words, in your group, can you guys get things done if you came together? Like,
yes.
Can we get some real estate deals done if we came together? Can we get some business deals done? Can you guys connect? Like, if your group, you had to call upon people in your group, can they refer you a good accountant, a good attorney, a good businessman that does that, a good GC, a good whatever it is, right? And vice versa. What do you bring to the table? I know I bring another level of perspective for anybody in my group. And I got some really, really smart people in my group. And many of them are smarter than me. Yet, I get them to think differently than they do. Right? So, that's one of my gifts. Right? I'm articulate enough to break that down to them, too. I have a lot of street smarts, a lot of common sense. So, I can break that down. I can help them see other people's perspective.
Yeah.
Right? So forth and so on. But then I also have some that make me do that. Guy named Hank in my, so he definitely make me go, wait a minute. Right? Guy named David, a guy named Bob. Right? So guys like that. My friend Carrie. Right? These guys help me think a little bit differently. Right? And it's never about where we are either. As far as like who makes more. None of us even think, we don't even care, right? Okay, we care when we pick the restaurant that we're all going to meet at. but most of the time we pick a restaurant that's not going to be an issue anyway, right? So
right.
The most expensive restaurant where I live, and that's not going to be an issue for this group. Right? But that's the type of stuff we do to each other, challenging but yet encouraging. I'm constantly rooting for my guys. I'm constantly rooting for their wives and what we're doing, and boosting them up, and sometimes just shooting them a quick text. Hey, brother, thinking about you. Hey, pray for you this morning, right? Hopefully this week goes great, right? Go crush it. It's out there for you, right? And I normally type MAD, right? Make a difference. Go make a freaking difference, man, in whatever case that may be, because that looks different in every day too. So that's what a network is about, man. That's what, man.
Yeah, and I love what you said about can y'all get things done, because that was like I was speaking to my coach earlier today, and the gentleman's like a business coach, and I was sharing with him that while I was in Atlanta, I actually got to connect with a friend of mine from college, and she and I don't see each other often, or we don't talk often, but whenever we get together, it's just like we can pick up right where we left off. Beautiful. And so I was sharing with her some things that I have, going on, and she's doing some renovations at her house, and she's at a place now where she's wanting to grow or do something different, and just in us talking, it was just like yeah, this is the type, like I need to invest more in this relationship, because just what you said, when it's like getting things done, it's just like, that's all right. Who do I know who gets things done? And so I've been reaching out and making those, investing in those bonds, because I get energized when I'm around people who get stuff done. Like, it's not just talking. We're not just, thinking and dreaming, and, yes, planning is important, but when are we going to take action, right? And so I love, and this is something that I learned actually at the 120 conference. I didn't share this last week, but Jesse Itzler was the
oh my God, Jesse is
he's phenomenal. But he was the opening speaker, and
really?
yes. And it was so crazy because like he offered, right? Like a lot of people, from what I've heard, a lot of people like want to be on ET's agenda, right? Like they want to be, but like he has a close network of people, and he's selective about who he brings to what he calls his sheep, to his audience.
His flock.
And right. And so Jesse Itzler spoke, and one of the things that he said that stuck out was pressure is a privilege. And so while by nature I'm very like certainty, I like certainty.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm in a situation where there's pressure, that's when I level up. Like that's when I rise to the occasion. And so I'm intentionally putting myself in pressure situations or in pressure relationships. And I see the privilege in it because it's going to challenge, like it's going to get more out of me. It's going to make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I like being in that environment. I like being uncomfortable. Like I like the discomfort, because it means that there's somewhere, there's room for growth. And so
and you got to dig. You got to dig a little bit. Yeah. And then it's who you come. You might. I don't know if you like the pressure itself, but I think what you're addicted to is who you become on the other end.
Yes.
That's with me in books. Right. Like I have to tell myself, John, you have to read 10 pages.
Yeah.
You have to. It's not, but I want to go lay down with Yabby. That's nice. Right? Go lay down with her. Let her fall asleep. She's going to fall asleep fast. And get your tail up and read 10. Right? I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it ends up being 7. But I got to do it. I got to tell myself that. That part's the hard part. What I love is once I open it, it's who I know I'm getting ready to become.
Yes.
And then that's just the reading. I go apply some of it. Game changer. You're in trouble. Game changer. It's getting ready to be good. Right? But going to pick it up. Some people read for entertainment.
Recreation, yeah.
I'm not them. I'm not reading some novel. My mom is one of them. Oh my God, you read right? She got these couple of authors that she just loves. Oh my goodness. And I can't relate. Like, no, I ain't read that. I read for growth.
Yeah.
What's going to happen, right? Am I getting closer to the Lord? Am I learning more in the financial? Like, am I learning more on leadership or something? Like, no.
Am I enhancing my life? Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I can enhance somebody else's life. I don't even want it to just stay with me. Unfortunately, I know a lot of Christians like that. They're reading only for them. Whose life is going to get better because you read it.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. That's key. And like service, right? Because part of, I think, having a certain network is the mindset about serving others, right? Like we had a guest speaker last week, and one of the things that he mentioned was that like your purpose is connected to serving people, right? Like whatever your purpose is, it involves other people. Your gift wasn't given to you. And I love the analogy he used. He says, like, gifts, you don't go buy a gift and unwrap it for yourself, right? Like you give a gift.
Amen.
And so the gifts that you have are meant to be shared with others. And so, like as I was listening to him, I'm like, man, like how can I use my gift? Like how am I serving others? Like am I really using and so I was thinking of like they're trying to notate like what are some of the things that I or what are some of my strengths and what are some of my gifts. And I know for sure one of them is asking questions, because I have absolutely no problem asking people questions. Like I just need you to think about some things. Like have you thought about what you think about? Like
I know people get irritated with that one.
Yeah, it's Like
I
it's just
actually do that though. I actually think about what I think about.
all the time.
I was out with our dog today, and I was thinking that to myself because he was just kind of just roaming today, so it wasn't his normal, trying to run away from me, jump on everybody. And so I had a chance to kind of just, and why am I thinking this? Why am I thinking of this? Like, how does that serve me? That's a huge question I ask a lot. Is this thought serving me? Right? Or is it, deterring me? Is it hurting me? Many people have thoughts that it's not serving them. It doesn't serve their future. It doesn't even serve their past. It doesn't, right? It's probably hindering their children, hindering their relationships. And it's a thought, and we get to control those.
Okay, good job. Yeah, this is the book I'm reading now. This is actually one of the speakers, Sherry Riley.
Oh, nice. I've heard of her.
She's one of the speakers, and she had this book at the conference. And the idea is about pursuing peace, right? Like just finding peace, and I think that's what all people want, right? They say happiness or joy, and it's peace. Like you want peace.
Yeah.
That's one of my tenets, peace of mind. I just want wherever I am to be at peace. Peace with my family, peace with friends, peace with relationships, peace at work, like just peace. I don't need the stress or the drama. That ain't necessary. Just gonna have peace.
Well, you've heard me say, I want peace, just not at the cost of my silence. Certain things I have to speak up about.
Absolutely.
But it was fun. It was funny. I had a kind of went back and forth in a text with a young lady client of mine, and she's unfortunately going through a divorce. And unfortunately, this particular client I'm not that close to, but she was telling me some things that transpired, blah blah blah, and in those types of situations, they're splitting assets and all kind of things like that, right? So there's a collection involved, I guess, in the marriage, and it's a decent number. It's good high 6-figure thing, and so she put in one of the texts at the end, cheaper to keep her, and I guess she had forgot that I'm formerly married previously, right? And I text back, not true. My peace is worth more than that 6-figure thing,
right?
Right. So if it gets to the point, right, that I have to choose between a $500,000 thing and my peace, I'm choosing peace every day. Yeah. Bye. Bye. No. I mean, that's just who I am. Other people aren't like that. Other people are like, man, what about? I can make another $100,000. I can make another $500,000. I can't get another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't get another year. And you done stress me out of it. No. Deuces, man. Just leave. It's 50-50. Let's do it. We got to sell it. What we got to do? Auction it? What we got to do? Right? Let's just hurry up, though. Right? I'm tired of looking at you. Sorry, that's the Scorpio in me to come out. That was not the man of God in me. That was my flesh. Please forgive me. I still meant it, though. I'm just telling you, I want peace. Leave me alone, right? And the bad thing about my character is I can't cut you off. I literally walk by you in Walmart or Target or something. You literally, I didn't see you. I know it's bad, but at least I'm honest about mine. Some of y'all act like, oh, I forgive and forget. Okay, yeah, okay. That's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. I'm working on getting there. I actually know somebody like that. Like forgive and forget. Like I'm like, how do you even do that? But this person does it. It's like wow, wow. That's like a gift. Right?
I'm pretty good at that. I don't know if it's because I have short-term memory loss or long-term memory loss, whichever one it is. But like, I can't hold on to stuff because if it don't serve me, like, kind of back to what we were saying earlier, like it's not serving me in my present, like that that was in the past. Let's move on. You know, now I don't forget to the point where I'm gonna let you like, you know, do that again.
Okay, that's
or,
me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Right.
But
you're not
I
in
forget.
the circle no more.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get close enough to stab me again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll say it that way.
No, I'm with you on that one.
But it's actually been some people that I literally walked into a Starbucks, didn't see them. That's crazy.
Like you're like off the radar completely.
It was,
but I think that's key though. Like just the conversation that we're having now about your mindset, like how you approach certain things, like that's impacted by the people that you're around because they have a certain way of thinking. Give you an example: go to school, get good grades, get a good job, right? Like that thinking is pervasive in certain families, communities, people's mindsets. And if you're around that environment, like that's what you're going to trend toward until you get to around some other people who are like, choose school if you want to, but like, you know what I mean? Like you get around some entrepreneurs who are making things happen, or you read a story about a Warren Buffett or Steve Jobs, or, you know, somebody that dropped out of college to go start a business. Like, and you see the success they're having. You hear a story about somebody like Eric Thomas, who actually went through getting a GED, then a bachelor's, then a master's, then a PhD, and then becoming the number one motivational speaker in the world. It's just like you have all these different models for what's possible. And I think that's really what pushes me and stretches me. Is it's like there's not one path to success.
Right.
And there's definitely not just one to significance, right? And so my accountability.
Say that part again though.
There's not one path.
Most people definitely miss what you just said. And it was a level of power that I don't even want to repeat it. You say it.
Hopefully I say it again right, because it just, you know, but there's not one path to success and definitely not one to significance.
Absolutely.
And so, well, you're right, because, and if you think about people in history who are timeless, if you will, right?
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Mother Teresa. It wasn't because of the wealth that they had. It was because of the significance and the impact that they had.
Yes.
It was about their service to other people. And so, you know, in thinking about those examples, like E.T. says it all the time, like money is the low-hanging fruit. Like, get off of money. Like if people, right, like we're on here talking about wealth and we're like, forget about the money, right? Like what Eric Thomas's phrase all the time is like, your gift will make room for you, right? Like, I know that's from scripture, but like your gift will make room for you. And like, if we can start teaching, like, so that's for me, one of the things that I'm intentional about with my daughters, right? I don't want them to get into this rut. Like you talk about with a routine, how a routine can become a rut. I don't want them to get into this rut where it's just like, get up, go to school, get good grades for the next 13 years so that you can get up, go to work, get a good, right, and be an employee, right? Like that, like that's not, no. I want to expose them to opportunities and experiences that will stretch their vision of what's possible, right? Like their possibilities will be limitless in a sense. And so that's why I'm pressing to like, all right, they got to see something different, right? If they see me as an employee indefinitely, that's all they'll know, right? Like that's all they'll be exposed to. So expose them to entrepreneurship, expose them to traveling, expose them to, you know, conferences and all of those things where they get in environments around other people who think differently, who are not just doing what everybody else is doing, who aren't stuck in that rut, in that routine. And it stretches your right, because and this is something that I heard recently, and I've heard it before, but like up until the age of 7, like children are in like a theta state where like just everything that is around them they're absorbing, and then by age 7 they start to really think for themselves. They start to challenge and question. And I've definitely seen it with my daughter who turned 7 this year, where like she's not just accepting, you know, direction, or like she's challenging and questioning stuff. And
challenging the world, man.
Yeah. Like you're just like, all right, y'all can't pull the wool over my eyes forever. I'm gonna think for myself, or like I'm gonna question certain things, and I'm not gonna just accept. And I love it. And I'm not like, you can't. Nope. I'm here for it, as they say. I'm here for it.
You know, the really cool thing about that is, by her challenging you, you got to continue to grow.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's the beautiful thing about that. You know, one of the things I noticed, and I could have been one of those people too, that people who believe in that system that was really created to create workers, it's a form of slavery. If you look at our country's history, they'll go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job, right? People who believe in that automatically demonize entrepreneurship, or you going to start a business or anything like that. And when I mean demonize, basically, for example, the Bill Gates, the Warren Buffetts, they act like those guys were special. I've actually heard people say that about me. What John, you could only you could do that.
You're a unicorn.
And I'm like, I'm not that. Don't you know me? Like, and it's be people that know me. So I'm like, bro, you know what grades I got in school? Like like you know I'm dyslexic. Like how could you say I'm like special in that sense? Don't get me wrong. I have some special gifts and skills and abilities. Some of them I had to work on. Some of them were just a gift from God. But for you to just say that only somebody like me could do it, like, no, there was a lot of application I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The opposite is true too. Entrepreneurs have this thing in us that will preach that only entrepreneurship is the only way, right? And I really think it's because we put way too much of our identity into what we do. Like, I can't stand when parents or adults ask children, what do you want to be when you grow up? And what they're looking for is an answer of a career, a job, right? When really we should be hoping the answer is happy, successful, significant, fulfilled, healthy. That's the answers we should be looking for, not forensic psychologist or FBI agent or attorney, lawyer, doctor, right? I really want my daughter to be happy, fulfilled, excited, making a difference, whatever that is. As long as it's legal, ethical, and moral, that's what I want. Care about your dog. I'm not a life and financial strategist because that's what I do for a living. It's because of who I am. Because I do it outside of this office. Man, I spent a lot of time this week life strategy with people, and these with no money. I never made nothing from these three, right? But I believe, my true belief is their lives will be better.
Yeah.
Because of the in-depth conversation. When I'm at my house 3 times this past week, right? Just at my house, right? So this must be like everybody don't get to come. I have family members who can't come to my house. Right? Definitely can't stay there. Like come in town, stay in my guest room. Nope. You should book a hotel room before you come. Right? And if you watch this and you're wondering if you're one, you should call me. No, seriously, I'm not joking, right? Because you'll get to my door and you be thinking you're going to stay in the guest room or in our loft, and you're going to get your feelings hurt. So you probably should know up front. You're going to get your feelings. I have no problem saying no. None. I got a doctorate in no. No doubt. I mean, I'm just saying, family. So if a friend get to stay there, man, that must be does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think people don't get that. They're like, oh, your family. Listen, God give you family to prepare you for your enemies. Let me say that again, because some of y'all ain't going to get that until you know, later on. God give you family to prepare you for your enemies. Nobody can irritate you like your family. Nobody can belittle you like your family. Yeah, seriously, nobody can destroy your dreams like your family. Because you love them. You care about them, right? And some of them are doing it with good intentions. They think they're protecting you.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So if that's the case, right, you have to know that sometimes you might need to cut family off. Maybe just temporarily, maybe permanently, till you get healed, till you get good, till you get free. Right? If y'all all slaves, another slave can't help a slave get free. Somebody got to get free and then go back to the plantation and get them. That's just the facts. And let me tell you another reason why I'm like that. My first responsibility is to protect my wife and my daughters. Even if that means from family. And we know there's been family to hurt family. Right? Not on my watch. I'm going to do all that I can to protect them too.
Yeah.
All that. Now, if we go outside of that, I'm going to do all I can. Right? And if that means also telling certain family members you can't stay here, fine.
You're right.
Right? And if they watch this and they don't like that, they can stop following me now. I'm good. Right? I won't even notice you stop. Oh my God, I hope more men even think like that. Right? I love my mother. My mother is like, she's the real Wonder Woman as far as I'm concerned. Right? But my wife is priority. You know, so a lot of people don't get that stuff. They think that I've seen many marriages get destroyed because of family. Yeah, you allow them idiots to come in between what you and your spouse have. Okay, good luck with that. I've seen many marriages become destroyed by the kids. Right? If you're a blended family, right? One of the spouses see their kids as number one instead of their new spouse. Nobody wants to, if you're a spouse to somebody, you don't want to be number two. And you're not going to accept it for long. You're going to go find a place where you can be number one. Prove me wrong.
I get it. Nah, that's
my wife
good.
Is number one. Jessie leaving. Her title is princess. That's a temporary title. Queen is a permanent title.
Can only be one queen in the kingdom.
Amen. Only be one queen, one king. That's it. Yeah. Right? And I tell Jesse all the time, okay, one day a prince gonna come and get you. You're gonna become a queen, and you and him go build your own damn kingdom. You leaving here though.
No, that's right. No, that's good. That's
what
good.
It is, man. So believe it or not, all that has to do with network. And it'll end up helping your net worth or destroying it. Family can also pull you down too.
Yeah, you choose though.
Family. I have a great family. I have some incredible brothers and sisters who are all doing very well, very successful. Some of them are not just successful, but also significant. So I'm really impressed with what my mom and dad had put together and did in us and given us a foundation and then growing from it. And all of my brothers and sisters could stay at my house.
That's good to know.
Of course, my mom.
Yeah.
But outside of that, now an application process has to start. An application process. Sorry. Right?
No, I can definitely say. Well, see, yeah.
And that could any of this could change any moment. Any of this could change right now as I'm speaking. I don't know what day it is. Right, the 5th of October, 2021. All of my brothers and sisters could literally stay in my home. But I also have a 3-4 day limit on family too. I want to love you when you leave.
Yeah.
So you can't stay too long. I can't start not liking you. Right, so 4 days, mom gets more than everybody else.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
All of my family can stay. All of my immediate family can stay. My sister could stay as long as she wants.
As long as she wants?
Yeah. She married though, like she don't need to stay. But
Yeah,
I'm saying,
she ain't trying to stay.
nah. But if she needed to stay, right,
If
she
she
could. Yeah. But I don't know about all my brothers. I love y'all.
I gotta talk to my wife.
But
I
yeah,
got
only.
asthma. I got asthma. I got to ask mom.
See, it's just me and the children. So if there was a spouse, then that might be different. But
Different story.
yeah,
I got
uncles.
yes. Actually, believe it or not, when we allow people to stay, I'm gonna ask my daughter because they end up staying near her room.
Yeah, now that's important.
I want her to feel comfortable. I want her to feel safe. Right, and if she ever gives me an inkling of, the answer is no. We ain't got to discuss it no more. She ain't got to tell me why. Nope. You can't stay.
Yep.
Nope. That's my baby. Right? And now we might need to ask Charlie. We might need to ask the little dog. Right? You can get in the way of Charlie.
Yeah, the 7-year-old now is definitely having her own opinion about who can and can't come around. Because I done had people stay here and she'd be like, no, not like, no, Ma. She even telling me I can't have a significant other. That's another conversation.
We'll see.
But yeah, But yeah, when it comes to the house, no, no. She likes her peace. We all like our peace.
Amen. So. It's nothing like it.
For sure.
Okay, we talk way too much tonight. Thank you guys for listening in to us and our ranting. But hopefully you got some value out of it, though.
Absolutely, yes. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. And hey, we're going to continue this through the end of the year. And I don't know, John, maybe at the end of the year we might have to like shift, pivot, and I don't know. Like I really want to get.
That's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. So we'll
okay, all right, yeah.
In reference to shifting, maybe doing something with the platform, opening up a little bit, to some other things. But yeah, I totally agree. I want to do something different this particular show, just in case somebody's listening. Right? I'm gonna give you my direct cell phone number. For the month of October, a good portion of this month, I'm not gonna be on social media. I probably should post something saying that. So my direct cell phone number, if you ever need just a question answered, I'm gonna tell you, if I don't answer, that's probably because I'm in an appointment. I'm with my wife or daughter. So leave a message. If you don't leave a message, in my mind, it wasn't important. Or shoot me a text. My direct number is 757-575-2779. I'm not afraid to give it out because I ain't got to answer it, right? I pay the bill, right? But I am here to help. I want to help people as much as I possibly can. If the Lord wakes me up tomorrow, that means He still got more for me to do. So I don't take it lightly that I get the privilege of helping people. This stuff isn't what I have to do. It's what I get to do. I don't really have to do anything now. So great being with you guys tonight. Please pay attention to your network so you can work on your net worth. And Majida?
That's all I got. No, we'll see you guys next week.
God bless you guys. Thank you.
Have a great evening.